turn the spotlight on our studio audience as we hand over to our psychic medium, Nicky Allen.
Hello, Jode. I thought I'd answer this in a video, darling, okay? So, do they not stay the age that they were when they died? My niece was stillborn 2020 and would love to hear she's okay. First thing to know is every mum, dad, auntie and uncle, brother, sister, you will see the people that have passed over when you go up. So if you've had lots of unfortunate miscarriages, I can't even imagine how that is. I'm trying to answer this as if I'm answering something practical, because if I actually think about what I'm answering, I'm going to get emotional. I can't imagine how you and your brother, sister can cope with this passing, okay? Now, so all your babies are up there, they're safe and well. As soon as the esoteric cord, a silver cord that I've seen in photographs of babies that have passed over, is connected to the soul, they will be in your soul cluster and they will be there when you get to heaven. That's the first thing. The second thing is, for mediums, we need to evidence the child, okay? We need to evidence them so they know that just showing a baby, it's not going to help us because we can see a baby. So what they've learnt to do with me, it could just be me, I don't know, it could happen with other mediums. What they do is to help the situation straight away. They show an image of their characteristics, okay? One, either how old they will be now, or two, they're around 3-4 years old. And so that I can say, oh, she's got a dimple, brown eyes and blonde hair. And they go, oh my God, that's how that's how my son looks. All right, so they go, yeah, it's our girl. And then after I've grabbed hold of her energy, she can then say, oh, I passed February 2020. Do you know what I mean? And I was 3 years old and this is when I passed and blah, 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 blah. If they've passed as a miscarriage, okay, then that I normally see a pregnant belly, and then I'll get times, dates, places surrounding that. So I know that they passed in the tummy. They normally tell me what trimester they're in. Okay, if they're born sleeping, then they will show me that they there's a pregnant belly, or they will show me them sleeping and holding the hand of a spirit relative. So I know that it's born sleeping. They don't ever show me the traumatic bit, if you know what I mean. Okay. As I say, the phenomena is that you've got to remember they are a soul. Okay, so when you go up there, it'll be like you're just all light. Okay, in colour, but when you blend with each other, you'll know each other. It's like downloading a website. You'll know who's there. You'll see them. You'll know them. But for human purposes, they have to show an image for us to understand. And so by showing me a child that's 3, 4, 5 years old, either is how old they will be down here, or so they can show me the characteristics so that I know it's them. Does that make sense? It's really difficult to explain, but that's how they work with me, because if I just see a baby, don't help. So I'm like, well, give me names, dates, places. And they're like, oh, I can't do that. I can just show you a baby. So they come as what they would look like if they were still on the earth plane to help you identify them. So if you see a child or dream of a child that's 4 years old and you think, I don't know who that child is, it could be your spirit baby that's showing what they would... Oh my God, I didn't have enough time. So they will show possibly how old they are when they're on the earth plane, okay? So if they were 4, it could be that they passed 4 years ago. Does that make sense? So I've had, right, in the past where I've said, oh, you lost a 21-year-old girl. They go, no. And I'm like, well, yeah, she's here and she's bloody lovely. La, 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 la. I describe them. They go, oh, my God, that sounds like me. I go, okay. And then it turns out that their baby passed 21 years ago. And that soul has decided, sorry, M.E voice. That soul has decided to show them what they would look like when they were 21. Because I jumped in too quick with the link because I was so excited because they were so clear. Or they walked in the room. I'm like, oh my God, I can see her. And then I didn't wait until they showed me either that they were born sleeping, or they were born, they passed when they were 1 or 4 or whatever. And so sometimes they like to show themselves and then they go, oh my God, it's her 21st birthday next week. Do you know what I mean? So they will create an image that helps a medium to identify them as your son or daughter. And how we work is that we have templates. It's like, like give us a clue or catchphrase. They will flash various visions. And if we like that vision and we understand it, we could say, keep that. So, for instance, sometimes Chris doesn't mean the name. It means that they passed at Christmas for me. So that you learn, your spirit guides and the spirit people learn your templates. They learn your shortcuts. They learn how a medium works. And then they think, right, if I show myself at 4, she's going to know that I'm 4 years old now. But if I show her the baby in the pregnant belly, she knows that I was born sleeping. Can you see what I mean? Very difficult to, it's like trying to just, talk about how food is digested or how you breathe. It's such a natural phenomenon for us, but to try and vocalise it and explain it is a completely different kettle of fish. As I say, when you get up there, even if you're 80, right, and you see all your children, it doesn't matter about age up there. You'll just know, my God, that's my child. And some of them, they might come into your dream state and you think, who is that child? And then they look like you other children, or they look like you, and then you realise that it's your little girl coming, okay? Or they may show you as a baby, but they don't tend to do that. They, in my experience of forever, they've always shown how old they are now, or they're around 3 or 4, so I can describe their features, so that I can drive home who they are. And then once I've done that, they will then start describing times, dates, places, names and all that kind of stuff to identify the family they're with. I hope that clears it up, Jodie.